Crystal blessings, everybody. Ready for a little debate? Okay. Now, first of all, I always preface what I'm saying by saying that if it's working well for you, then don't fix it. You should always go with what you feel to be true and right with your intuition. I present and you decide. If it works for you, then keep on doing it. This is not meant to, this video, I didn't do it to step on anybody's toes or ruffle any feathers, although it might. I just enjoy a healthy, mature debate on topics like this, and today on Facebook I put a little poll up, and basically the question was, do some crystals need not be cleansed? And I just wanted to see what other people thought about it, and via the poll it seems like most people feel the same way I do, that every single crystal needs to be cleansed at some point. I do hear this often of selenite. Can you see that in the video there? Some kyanites. Here's the blue kyanite. Clear quartz. Citrine. I hear this most often. This is a natural citrine point here. I hear it most often about citrine, that these are crystals that, not amethyst, that need not be cleansed, ever, that they don't ever need to be cleansed. And I know people are getting this from a certain book and maybe a couple other books. These are books that, for whatever reason, I don't have in my collection. They just were not something that I was really drawn to, so I'm not exactly positive on who the authors are, so I don't want to call anybody out or anything like that. I'm sure that this is something that the authors either received via channeled information or something they picked up intuitively themselves, and then what's happened is so many people have read these books, they just keep kind of speaking the information to other people, and then it ends up traveling that way. But if this is something you've picked up on yourself, or you've read the book and then you tried it out and you noticed, yeah, that's true, it doesn't need to be cleansed, then that's great. Then that's what you should keep on doing. Then maybe, you don't ever need to cleanse your kyanite. Today on Facebook, someone, this was new, even said hematite and black tourmaline are two that don't need to be cleansed. I never heard that before. So anyway, all this stuff about the selenite, the citrine, clear quartz, the kyanites not needing to be cleansed, besides the author in this book, where did this come from and where's the basis for it? It's not coming from ancient teachings. We know that. Naisha Asian, who I respect immensely, she's one of the authors for the Book of Stones. She's brought this topic up before. And as soon as I heard her talking about it, I was like, yeah, absolutely. And through all my YouTube videos, there's been a lot of discussion behind the scenes with people that agree with me as well. So there was, I don't know if I said it already, there was a video that this is, the whole topic is kind of like this whole thing of the vibrational numbers video debate I had before. Because I really just like to debate on these topics, get different ideas. Maybe I'll see things differently, or somebody will point out something I hadn't thought of before. And there was actually someone who I was conversing with on that video, and that was quite a while ago, and I don't remember her name. She also had a YouTube account, but it was quite an enlightening conversation. But that's a whole nother topic. I'll link to that video down below this one, so you can see what I was talking about regarding the vibrational numbers from another crystal book. So regarding cleansing, back to cleansing. Okay, so I feel, obviously I think you're getting the gist here, that there are no crystals or stones that do not require any cleansing. At some point their frequencies will need to be readjusted if they've been used for healing or something high amplitude, just like any other crystal. Why would these specific crystals be any different? Citrine is a quartz with some iron heating. So is amethyst. Amethyst is a quartz with inclusions, less heating. What makes citrine so special that it would never need to be cleansed? I know some people will say the vibrational frequencies are different. Certain authors have written that these crystals don't need to be cleansed, but the crystals, I see them, they're just like a guitar that's been played and played and played. After a while, it needs to be retuned. There's nothing molecularly different about selenite or about kyanite or about citrine, especially here. We've got 3 quartz. I could put a smoky quartz here. They're all quartz. What is different about this quartz? The fact that it was heated in a volcano, that makes it not ever have to be cleansed. It wouldn't allow the dominant oscillating rate to entrain with anything else ever at some point. I think at some point, for some reason, they'll all need their frequencies slightly readjusted. Now, I do teach that crystals have a dominant oscillating rate that can change, but it doesn't change easily. But this goes for all crystalline solids, not just certain ones. Because it's due to their atomic structure. They have a repeating geometric pattern that maintains their resistance to entropy. And I know that's getting a little physics and sciencey, but let me just take it back to layman's terms. And I don't mean that in a condescending way at all. I wouldn't expect, if I walked into, I don't know, a stockbroker's office, I can't speak the lingo. I have no idea what they're talking about. It takes a very high amplitude energy to come through to really shake up a crystal at some point, but at some point it will happen. And all crystals, I believe, need to be retuned or cleansed, however you want to put it. That's how I feel. This is my opinion. It's certainly not the end-all, be-all. I'm not saying I'm right and that's it. I never say that. There is no I'm right. This is just how I feel for me. And I just wanted to put it out there, and I would really enjoy an intelligent debate on the subject. Of course, keeping it very respectful in a respectful, mature manner. We won't have it any other way. Some say it's because, and I did want to bring this in. I lost my train of thought now. Okay, back to the citrine having the power to transmute negative energy. Okay, this was the thought. We all know that, and here I have a piece here. Black tourmaline does the same thing, right? It transmutes negative energy, restructures it, puts it back into the field, into a neutral energy. And there really is no negative, positive energy in the universe. The universe doesn't recognize energy as negative or positive. Not in that sense anyway. It's how you perceive it that sets up that scenario. But anyway, so black tourmaline can do supposedly the same thing that citrine can do. Okay, so I feel like I'm playing with little Fisher-Price people. So how come then that same author or authors, and I don't have the book, so I'm going off of what I've heard, don't claim that black tourmaline doesn't need to be cleansed, just as citrine doesn't need to. However, I do have to say that on Facebook today in my poll, someone did say that, and this was the first time I'd heard this, that black tourmaline doesn't need to be cleansed. So I don't know. This is just kind of going all over the place. I don't know, just one of those things making me think, and just wanted a little feedback from everybody on that. Okay, namaste.